On January 24, 2022, a Walmart employee in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, suspected a lady of stealing approximately $300 in Legos. This vigilant employee alerted local authorities who responded quickly. After seeing the suspect's car, an officer stopped it. The driver was 20-year-old Mariah Davis. Professionally, Officer Johnson sought her driver's license and insurance.
Hey, I'm Officer Johnson. Hey, you got your license and insurance on you? So the reason we stopped you is today because Walmart called and did you suspect of possibly ringing up some items? Huh? Yeah. Huh? You buy items? Okay. Alright. So you remember Native American tribe? Okay, just hang tight for me, alright?
Mariah was calmly informed by Officer Johnson that Walmart had reported a possible shoplifting incident. He briefly mentioned a Native American tribe, but its significance was unclear. She denied that there were other people in the vehicle as the officer collected information. Officer Johnson then asked Mariah about her Walmart shopping and if she bought anything. Mariah revealed her past arrests as the conversation briefly touched on them. Officer Johnson meticulously documented this information during his inquiry. The conversation ended with Officer Johnson asking Mariah about her Walmart purchases to establish a timeline. An evening started with a Walmart excursion turned worrisome. An individual faced a confusing decision after leaving the store with goods. Unsure of their destination, they stopped to think.
Hello.
Hi.
Is there anyone else in the car?
No.
Okay. So, what were you doing at Walmart?
No?
Yeah.
Buying.
Okay. We're gonna call it you stole Legos earlier. Did he get your ID?
Yeah, he got it.
Okay. You ever been arrested before?
Yeah.
For what?
Receiving stolen property because I was driving someone else's car.
Okay. What all did you buy? Okay. Were you at Walmart earlier?
Yeah, I came to Walmart, but came to left.
This one?
Yeah, I went to that one and 7 first.
What are you looking for?
A police officer approached their vehicle while they considered their options. The police, likely disturbed by what they saw, asked about the journey's purpose and wanted a receipt for the freshly purchased products. The situation escalated quickly when the officer saw strange items in the car's rear seat. Lego sets and a homemade bomb were among them. This discovery was alarming. The officer cautiously told the driver to get out and stand behind the car. The suspect was told they will be detained for further investigation. Questions regarding the car's contents revealed Xanax bars in a purse.
I just like looking at the Walmart's.
Did you buy anything earlier? Where were you headed to after you just left Walmart? To get food?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where at? Were you gonna go get on the turnpike? Or did you just stop here?
No, I just stopped here. I didn't know where to stop.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't turn around.
As anxiety rose, the officer returned to the strange item in the rear seat. It had enormous fireworks, screws, metal parts, and a menacing covering, suggesting a bomb. The officer requested assistance and told a supervisor about the dangerous scenario for public safety. The police and backup troops analyzed the device's size and threat, keeping the situation tenuous. All involved feared a devastating explosion.
Alright, go ahead and hop out real quick. Come back here and stand by the back side of the car. You're gonna be detained right You have anything illegal in the car?
There's a bat. There's bars in my purse.
Some Xanax bars. You're not prescribed? Okay. You have any guns in the car? Any other drugs?
I don't think so.
Okay.
A typical trip to Walmart had become a potentially dangerous encounter, requiring law enforcers to safeguard everyone's safety. An unnerving event occurred in a dimly lit parking lot. A new car caught the attention of the crowd. A concerned person found anything suspicious in the automobile and reported it. An explosive device was revealed, which was shocking. The source vividly described it as TNT-like, with heavy metal components like screws and nuts joined together.
Bro. Yeah, go ahead and secure her. Explain to me what that device is in the back of your car that looks like a bomb.
I didn't. My boyfriend made that.
Okay, sit tight. There's a fucking bomb in the back of that car. Like, a bunch of fireworks strapped together with, like, metal and shit and wrapped around. Can you start a supervisor out here? It looks like there's some sort of explosive device in the back of the car that someone has built. It's got, like, 4 big-ass fireworks, and there's, like, big old screws and shit all within that, and then it's got like a bunch of stuff wrapped around it, and I don't think it's gonna go off. How big is it? Sketchy. It's like this big. It's definitely made to cause some damage when it goes off. Yeah. God, yeah, if she would have somehow like leaned back there and lit that thing, it would have been really bad. Yeah.
The owner's partner made this deadly mixture. As the car's inside was dark, the observers suggested rolling down the windows to see what was in the back seat, and this shocked and confused the crowd. The vehicle's contents were disconcerting, prompting safety concerns. It was decided to identify the boyfriend who made the ominous invention. Questions arose about whether he had other dangerous gadgets at home. As the group considered the possibility that they had found something harmful, tension and uncertainty rose. Later, a legal caution stressed the individual's rights and right to keep silent. This changed the shock to a more professional and serious tone, suggesting an investigation.
Yeah, we'll keep
somebody else gets here.
Yeah.
Did you say an explosive device?
Yeah, it's like a bunch of, it looks like TNT, and then it's got big old metal like screws and like nuts, bolts, and then it's got a bunch of stuff wrapped around it.
What'd she say it was?
She said her boyfriend built it. And then there's a bunch of fireworks next to it.
Alright. Don't keep this lane blocked.
Alright.
She wouldn't even nervous or anything when you were saying to talk to her, 'cause I didn't.
Kinda, she was quiet. But I couldn't see in the back window because the tent's so dark.
Yeah.
And I said roll it down, and then I was like, what the fuck is that? Back seat. She just, all she said is that her boyfriend made it. So we probably want to figure out who boyfriend is, and if there's any more at his house, maybe. All right, I want to read something to you real quick, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish one. If you decide to make a statement, you may stop at any time. Do you understand each of these rights?
In the middle of it all, Zane emerges the lover behind the car's mysterious contents. Everyone was on edge and eager to find out what happened to this unnerving discovery. The situation unfolds with tension and concern. Mariah calls the police to report a Walmart theft, and her boyfriend, Zane Bennett, arrives on foot and appears embroiled in the drama. Mariah seems to be absolving herself by asking Zane to take the vehicle they used to get to Walmart. When law enforcement arrives, the situation escalates swiftly. Mariah was accused of shoplifting and Zane's 20. Zane's questioned and asked for identification by police. He says his girlfriend had his ID, but he has a photo. Another person, Patrick, claims to have just come from a car wash. The cops question Patrick about his friend's whereabouts.
Did I've explained to you? Okay, are you willing to talk to us? Okay. So what's the deal in the back of your car? You said your boyfriend built it?
I honestly have I don't know nothing about fireworks except for fireworks. I mean,
Okay. What's your boyfriend's name?
Zane.
Zane?
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Bennett. B-E-N-N-E-T-T.
Okay. When did he make that? Or
Like, yes, a couple days ago.
okay, do you know why he made it or anything?
I mean, it just
The conversation becomes more serious when the officers mention a dark Dodge vehicle and worry about contacting its owner. Zane admits to making a fireworks-based bomb in a hotel room and leaving it in his girlfriend's car. The tension rises when the cops explain why they closed the area. Zane's explosive device may be deadly. They call it fireworks linked together like an explosive device. Zane claims it's innocuous and was designed to blow up watermelons. This situation is confusing, suspicious, and dangerous. The police are taking precautions owing to the perceived threat of the improvised device, though Zane denies malice. The officer's assessment of the situation and risks leaves this encounter questionable.
Where'd you come from?
I came car wash. My friend parked up here.
Where'd your friend go?
He still parked at the car wash.
Where's your vehicle?
Hey, so you're not on arrest code, but I'm going to detain you real quick because we got some things we got to talk about. Okay.
Where's your vehicle?
The truck with like,
The dark Dodge with no front bumper? Okay. I don't know if you want to mess with it, but the truck that just dropped him off is that dark Dodge. We want to have somebody go make contact with him. It's his friend.
In an unusual and potentially deadly turn of events, Mariah offered Zane, a new acquaintance, a ride to recover his car from the Canterbury kennel. Zane nonchalantly told Mariah that he had created a homemade explosive device from pyrotechnics and other unusual things while they traveled. Zane said he wanted to test the explosion near watermelons. He said he had no evil intent or plans to use it as a weapon, with surprising disregard. He left it in the car because he had scrapped the experiment.
Because it's kind of our protocol is it looks like an explosive device. So is it like active? Is it like volatile to where if it falls, breaks, is it going to go off?
It's literally just fireworks. Like if you take it apart, it's a bunch of little fireworks.
That are tied like in tape?
I mean, okay, so it's like a...
Mariah doubted Zane's innocence after their discussion. When the authorities asked her about her connection to Zane, she said she had just met him through the Canterbury kennel. The police investigation worsened the issue.
Next step today, he was going to take it out and blow up some watermelons with it. He said it's a couple of fireworks tied together. You have to light it like a normal firework. And he said, I just wanted to see what the stuff I taped to it on the outside would do if I lit it by a watermelon. Yeah, I said, were you trying to use it as a weapon? Were you gonna, go do anything today? He goes, no, I was just gonna blow up some watermelons. And I said, okay. And he goes, that's why I left it in the car, because we were gonna go and then we didn't go. So I was like, all right, cool. So he doesn't even seem really nervous at all about it.
How's it going, bud? Good, how are you? Can you stop the truck for me?
Yeah. Hey man, how do you know that guy, Zane? Oh, he asked me for a ride, said you need to come get his car. From where? From up at the Canterbury. Okay, you've never met him before? Yeah, I've met him.
You just know I'm through the Canterbury?
Sir?
You know I'm through the Canterbury?
Yes, sir.
You stay up there?
No, I don't stay there.
Okay, you were just over there and he needed a ride?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have ID on you? Alright, just sit tight for a second. We'll get you out of here in a second, but we're trying to figure out what's going on with his car.
What happened?
There's some weird stuff in there, so we gotta figure that out. And if you're good to go, you can get out of here. But since you dropped him off and he's directly related to all this, we just want to figure out who you are and if there's anything going on.
Oh, okay.
No, for
An X-ray of the explosive device revealed pyrotechnics, fish hooks, metal shavings, screws, and rivets, which may cause havoc. Risky experimenting by Zane could have deadly results. The Tulsa Police Department's bomb team skillfully dismantled the device, preventing a calamity. Shortly after, a deputy from the sheriff's office in Martin County, Florida, located the vehicle and initiated a traffic stop. The driver of the suspected drunk car pulled over. This incident occurred on July 11, 2023. Unfortunately, it drove up a parking lot curb and crashed into a boulder.
Registration? Nothing? Get an ambulance?
A distinct odor of intoxicants were coming from the vehicle's driver's license and registration when the deputy approached. While attempting to communicate with her, you have no angelic registrations. Her behavior was out of the ordinary, and she seemed to be affected by something.
Registration? You have any form of identification? Nothing? You speak? Then go ahead and speak to me, okay? You have any type of identification on you? Do you have a purse? Do you have a registration? Anything over there that's yours? No? Nothing. All right. What is your first name? What's your first name? What? Dana. Is the car registered to you? Is this your car? What are you under the influence of? Alcohol or drugs? Something. You could have killed somebody a moment ago. Okay? It was horrible. You hadn't turned the car off for me. Well, I kind of don't trust you at this point, okay?
The driver was soon identified as a 41-year-old female named Dina. It was discovered that her driver's license was suspended on several occasions and the vehicle was not registered. The officer attempts to engage with her, but her response is absent. He queries whether alcohol or drugs are involved, yet her intense intoxication leaves her oblivious to the situation at hand.
You're kind of not helping me out any, so I can't do much for you. I don't know how to turn it off.
And where are your keys at?
Who knows? We're not really going that around. You can't even get a name. We pulled over Joan Jefferson, then she jumped the curb and drove up there.
Well, I heard the sirens. I just tried to get out of it.
Prevented it. Was that you up there?
No, I was in town.
Prevented it from crashing whoever's on top of the bridge. Trying's not going to help. I still want to know who you are. Keep an eye on the road.
Throughout the journey to the jail, Dina's emotions surged uncontrollably. Her cries were marked by hysteria, punctuated by screams, and revealing a stark lack of self-control attributed to her profound intoxication. The pungent aroma of alcohol saturated the deputy's patrol car to an extent that compelled him to adjust the climate control to outside air, resorting to cracking a window in search of respite. Amidst the chaos, he sought cooperation for a broadcast request, urging her involvement. Amid her tumultuous state, she managed disjointed statements involving her son's military affiliation and disclaiming any harm caused. Upon arrival at the jail, she was ushered into the DUI room for processing. Dina's comments were filled with defiance despite the stressful nature of the encounter.
You can head out. Greg's here.
Huh?
My savior's here.
I just told her, I said, is that your landscaping out there? She ruined it.
She didn't hit this. She hasn't hit this yet. She hasn't hit this.
The landscape out there? Oh, yeah, it's demolished. Well,
Is over top of it?
yeah. But I told the trap man's going to be property. Yeah, the support, he said, was actually going to be property. So, she's like, yeah, the landlord put all this in.
She only hit one little bush, bro.
Yeah.
Never.
What's that?
I have literally never been
This drunk?
off.
Okay. Well, make sure you don't kill anybody. That's why we're stopped here today, okay?
Well, great.
All right, cool.
I have never been.
Arrested for DUI?
No.
Yes, you have.
Is that what you're trying to
Well,
do?
she, I stopped her about there, and she went to pull over,
Uh-huh.
and then she turned back in the
Oh,
traffic.
is that what you got? Was that when the siren hit again?
She turned
Okay.
back in the traffic, and she rode up over the curb and
Oh,
cut
shit,
somebody
okay.
off coming back in.
Oh, so you about to tell? Yeah, before she goes not going to be clean, it's got to end him.
Yeah, she didn't pull up on here. She was getting to the.
That's next level, buddy. That's crazy.
Pedophile.
You're a pedophile? Is that what you said?
What?
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 Y'all let pedophile.
Dina, you stay in Martin County or PSL? Cool. We're here to make sure that you are not under the influence and that you are okay to drive. Okay?
No. No.
I get till 6 o'clock.
You're under the influence.
I am? Not today, but
I'm a piece of shit.
I didn't say that. Again, I'm just here to make sure you're not under the influence and you can drive. That's it.
No.
All right? We're just making sure you're okay to drive. That's it.
Look.
I got somebody to check you out, okay?
Hey, look.
I'll be here in a second.
Here, look. Let me tell the truth.
Okay. What?
Shit.
What?
I
Nah. Don't worry about that. Why do you think that?
What? Anybody.
Okay, I get it.
Sir.
I get it. It's hot out here. Give me 1 second,
My
okay?
kids.
I don't know what she's saying.
Subsequently, the deputy requested for a DUI traffic unit to arrive and carry out an investigation.
Sorry, man, they had us all on citrus. That's what we get for being 5 people short, man.
Just go talk to her. You'll figure it out.
What'd you stop her for?
9,000 things with PC.
9,000 things on PC? Okay, just all over the place?
Go talk to her. Be evident. Trust me.
Alcohol or drugs?
Can't even tell you. It's so hot out. I had to reach in the car, turn off the car. But I'm assuming alcohol if it's on.
Hello. How you doing today? Deputy Day with the Sheriff's Office. The deputy stopped you back there, the sergeant stopped you back there because you were swerving all over the road, he said. I guess a bunch of people were calling you in saying you were hitting the curb and... What's going on? You feeling okay?
No.
What's wrong? You have any medical issues? You gonna be able to tell me, can you talk? What's going on with you today? Been drinking this morning, huh?
No. Not gonna.
I'm just trying to talk to you and you're not talking to me.
No. No.
I can't hear you.
No.
No what?
No. No.
Do you have any medical issues?
What you're doing is.
I'm not blaming you for anything. Can you zip your shirt up for me and then step out of the car?
Oh yeah. I'm a whore.
Appreciate it. What's your first name?
Whore.
Well, I'm not going to call you that.
Yeah, just that.
The officer pressed her for information about her activities, while simultaneously requesting that she change the subject for the time being. He disregarded any unpleasant remarks that were made about her and instead expressed a desire to leave. He made reference to a previous incident on the side of the road in which Dina had refused to participate in field sobriety tests. The officer approached her and asked if she could now speak with them. Dina refuted the officer's account, arguing that it was not accurate.
True. As to what happened.
Okay. Tell me your version of what happened then.
You guys tried to vault for you guys wanted to make me. Yeah, you're right. I can't.
So when I came into contact with you, I was called there to do a DUI investigation because the person that pulled you over thought you might be intoxicated.
No, that's not what happened at all, actually.
So do you want to tell me what you think happened?
No, you were contacted to.
Dean, are you willing? I'm asking you now. Are you willing to complete some field sobriety tasks?
No.
I got a camera here, so you're covered.
You refused to. This has nothing to do with why I was pulled over. Why was I pulled over, sir?
You were asking me why you were pulled over?
Yeah, sir.
The sergeant was behind your vehicle and you were swerving all over the place and you almost hit some officers that were on another crash scene, and then you pulled over and then swerved back into traffic, and then when you pulled over you pulled up onto some rocks and hit a rock.
So you have that documentation, yes?
Yes.
You have.
That's documented, yes.
You have that.
And then the sergeant made contact with you at your driver's window, made observations, smelled alcohol and that kind of thing, and then called me to come do an investigation. And when I got there, you didn't want to talk to me and you were cursing at me.
And why did I not want to talk to you, sir?
I don't know.
What did you say to me?
I asked you general questions. I asked you what
why
your name
did I
was.
not want to say to you, sir?
All right. So
I'm asking you a question.
What I'm going to ask now is I'm going to ask you if you would like to.
I'm going to ask you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Which is a question that I'm legally allowed to ask you.
Okay.
What did you ask me?
When pressed further, she was asked to recount the events from her point of view. As the officer continued to try to talk her out of her rejection, the tension in the room increased. He made reference to the existence of a camera, which led one to believe that the examinations were being recorded. Dina deflected the attention and questioned the significance of the current predicament. The officer stated once again that the initial stop was made due to the suspect's erratic driving, which posed a threat to the officer's safety.
So yes or no? Are you willing to perform standardized field sobriety tests? Yes or no? Is that a no? Okay, so I'll note that as a no. I'm now offering you an approved test of your breath for the purpose of determining the alcohol content. Are you willing to take the test?
Okay, so
Are you willing to take the breath test?
are you willing to acknowledge the sobriety test from my...
I'm going to read you implied consent, okay?
I'm done.
Have a seat, Dina. I'm not playing with you. Sit down. If you refuse to take this test I've requested, your driving privilege will be suspended for a period of 1 year for a first refusal.
Guess what? It was already done.
Okay. So essentially, if this is a subsequent refusal, it's going to be suspended for 18 months.
Yeah. It's subsequent.
Driving privilege has ever previously been suspended, which it has, or you were previously fined.
And why? Why?
Let me finish, okay?
No.
Any criminal proceeding. Do you understand what I just read?
Why?
You're going to get an additional misdemeanor charge if you don't...
Answer what I just said.
That's the legislative law. That's the Texas
Good
law.
for
That's
you.
Why. It has nothing to do with me.
Good.
I'm a fact reporter. I'm trying to read you your rights.
Good.
Okay? So are you willing to take the breath test?
Good.
So yes or no?
Why don't you just answer what I just asked you?
You're asking me why you have to do this?
No. I'm asking you why the fuck are you being held liable for this shit?
Because you were the one driving the car intoxicated.
What the fuck? That I was you don't get it? Wait, you don't get it? You guys fucking... No.
See.
Do you understand how vile and bullshit this entire thing is? Do you get it?
No.
Really? You don't get it?
So do you want to provide a breath sample? With your rights in mind, I read you implied consent. You want to provide a breath sample?
My mother?
Mm-hmm.
My mother?
Yep.
My mother?
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
I'm listening to what you're saying. Your
you
mother.
Listen?
Uh-huh.
Shit. We're like courts of fucking...
Okay. I don't care.
Good, guess what?
Yeah, I don't care if your mom wants to.
Court for fucking... Guess what?
That's good for her.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. She really got...
That's not what I'm here for, though.
Yeah, no, you're not.
No.
Yeah, it's not. Of course
No.
not.
Story time is over now.
Yeah, story does.
So what I need to know is if you're willing to take the breath test.
He made a reference to the exchange between the sergeant and the officer who detected the odor of alcohol. Dina rebutted his statement by questioning her lack of communication and daring her to reuse curse words. The officer questioned his strategy and rehashed the request that Dina get out of the car. After he asked for clarity, she was forced to think back to the time it happened. As he repeated the inquiry concerning field sobriety testing, looking for a definitive yes or no response, his level of frustration increased. The officer's voice remained calm as he said, "Are you willing to provide a breath sample while keeping your rights in mind?" He brought her attention to the law about implied consent. Dina's comments continued to be jumbled, and she occasionally brought up her mother as if to object. The officer reassured her that he was listening despite the fact that she was in an emotional state. In spite of her protestations, he admitted that he could see things from her point of view. He concentrated on the issue at hand and solicited her participation in order to conduct a breath test. He made a veiled reference to her attempt to distract him by announcing that story time has ended. Dina's resistance remained, and a resounding no echoed her reluctance. The officer took note of the refusal and explained her stance on the concept of implied consent. He questioned her once more, this time inquiring as to whether or not she was continuing to refuse the test. He communicated the possibility of involving other people if that turned out to be required, and emphasized the potential unpleasantness that doing so may cause. Dina found herself facing a series of misdemeanor charges, each compounding her legal predicament. These charges encompass driving under the influence for the second time, accompanied by the refusal to submit to testing, an act that further escalated her situation. The list of offenses extended to include her failure to register her motor vehicle and oversight that contributed to her legal troubles. A significant factor exacerbating her circumstances was the fact that she was driving with a suspended license, marking this as a second offense. However, the gravity of her situation was underscored by the additional layer of complexity. Dina was already under the weight of a $200,000 bond related to theft and fraud charges. This ongoing legal entanglement loomed large as she faced these new charges. As the legal proceedings unfolded, her financial obligations escalated, and the cash or surety bond for this incident being set at an imposing sum of $150,000. This confluence of charges and bonds painted a challenging road ahead for Dina as she navigated her legal battles.